the illusion of beauty and man's capacity to power up. Let's talk about it. So, in the 21st century where we live, 2024 is about to come to an end. We're about to come to 2025 right now. It's become easier and easier and easier, in case you have not noticed, for women who are very basic looking to look attractive, like to turn themselves into bad bees. Back then, a woman would paint her nails, you know, they would do the hair, but now it's all available. There's BBLs available. There's false eyelashes which have been made cheaper, so it seems. There's acrylic nails available. So when women do those things, they feel like they just almost unattainable. They are at that level where they deserve the world. That external transformation, as far as they're concerned, constitutes that a man of high status, high caliber, should come and pay for their lifestyle simply because they have put makeup on and transformed that which is basic. Because let's be honest, as much as it's statistically said that majority of women find men unattractive, what will really come down to it, it's not a lot of women that we think are tens. It's just our biological urge and desire to procreate and to have sex. So, to be honest, makes us go for a lot more women. A lot of us guys' stories have a lot of us men have a story of getting with somebody that was less than. It's just that we don't go around making women look bad, feel bad about the fact that you're not that attractive, but we don't necessarily find everybody to be a 10. But that's the point of this conversation. So there is a bigger element where women are beautifying themselves using all these theatrics, aesthetics, and everything else, and they can pull it off to look amazing. And men are fooled, okay, initially. But the other part I want to talk about is the man's capacity to power up. So what's going on in the discourse that's going on, especially online, because your online becomes a little bit of a reflection of reality to some people, because I feel like online for women is real. Men can distance themselves, they can separate themselves from the action online, and they can be separate from that. So what's going on is women who are very basic, very average, are coming out and saying, hey, I'm a 10, I deserve. If the man is not doing this and I'm not with it, okay. And they're doing that and they're doing that and more and more and more. And then when somebody who's basic, no offense to Travis Hunter's girlfriend, but when you look at her, them tats, and she's not exactly something to behold. It's not the case. But nonetheless, when other women see a girl like that get somebody who is simply for her, like Travis Hunter is doing, they themselves believe that they can attain the same results. So then they start to go for the rappers, go for the athletes, go for the musicians. And of course, then those guys get way more play than the average guy. So then the average guy feels like, hey, I'm not good enough. But that's the point I want to make. These bad bees or these average girls who are, some of them are actually not even very good looking, they're actually ugly, they're able to transform themselves and get somebody to lay down with them, and they see that as value. So now you feel bad because this girl, you're trying to holler at her, she's leaving you on red, she's ghosting you. Travis Hunter was left in the messages without being attended to, until she discovered that the man was of some some substantial potential. So you are feeling like you can't just reach these girls, and they're feeling like they're goddesses, they're up way up here, and you're just trying to scratch out their feet, trying to holler at them. But this is where the power of powering up lies. If you work on yourself for the sake of yourself and your future, because you remember, your value as a man is what you do to this world. So if you come and you're a mechanic, you fix cars, that's your value. Okay? Yes, of course, you're more valuable than just your craft, but that's the value you bring to the world. That's what the world is willing to pay for you. So now, if you skill yourself in other areas, let's say you start to invest, you learn how to invest, whether it's crypto, okay, or forex trading. You'll learn that is your slow power up. If y'all was familiar with the animation Dragon Ball Z, they would power up into a different form and a different form. Men, fortunately, we can power up. Unfortunately, it's not like the Dragon Ball Z cartoon where it can just be instantaneous. You power up slowly. You power up by, yes, you got your job, but then you learn to invest. You take some time away and learn to invest. That alone is going to add value to you. That's your power up right there. And nobody can take that away from you. No one can take that away from you. You power up on that level. Then you power up on the health, okay? Knowing that good health is important. There's no point getting older with money and you got health problems. That costs. You can't travel around the world and just be ill, back pains and joint pains and other diseases because you're eating bad. Sugar disease, diabetes. So you get your health right. That's your power up. And as you age, if you got your investment right, you got your money, you get your health right, and you're reading or you're following some good, I read the scriptures. Your mind is right. You're being led and guided in this world. You're not reckless. You're not sleeping around. That's your power up. Because what is going to happen is the falsehood of what women are doing externally eventually is going to show. You're going to then realize that your power up is genuine and sincere because you worked on yourself. You did not just put makeup. You did not have bad credit and just put, like just decorate it and says, look, ta-da, it's good, it's so fine, ta-da. You genuinely did fix bad credit, raise funds in terms of investments, whether it's buying property. You got good health. We can see a pattern in your behavior. So now the ones who are faking it, who are getting, laid down with these rappers and artists and athletes, now they're left there because these people didn't really want them, and you were rejected because you were crawling just for some attention. So now then they're now screaming and bitter online because they know that their worth, their true value was what's underneath is what really they were to begin with. But you have transformed your whole being. You powered up. Your whole mindset is different. Your money is different. So spend your time powering it up. So you don't need to give any mind to these people who are clearly just externally pretty. And some of them, their prettiness is not even genuine. And it's going to show. Because time reveals all kinds of things. Those men have applied themselves. It's going to show that they applied themselves. That's how you differentiate yourself. You set yourself apart. Says, I'm not like that. And you don't need to tell anybody that. You don't even need to reach out to any woman. They're going to see you. And you're going to be the desire. Like, remember that, what's his name? Michael B. Jordan, when that lady talked to him, he's like, oh, I remember you. You called me corny. I remember you. And now it's different. She has to eat her words and try to come correct. You can. I mean, the word level up is commonly being thrown around this year, a lot. But 2025, 2026, you don't need to put yourself under a tight time pressure and stress yourself out. No, power up slowly. If you're a tradesman, pick up another skill, another ticket. Work internationally, learn a language. Power up, because the level of what you add to yourself cannot be taken away from you. When a woman takes off her wigs and her lashes, at the end of the day, she is exactly that person. You may be dying to want to get to know her, and you may be willing to do whatever for that, but you're just dealing with aesthetics. You're not dealing with something genuine. And a lot of women have not worked on their character. The attitude is often not the best. And in spite of them being not the most attractive, they got men in their DMs and everything, so their loyalty is non-existent. So you're going to be suffering at the hands of an ugly woman who is in demand. And you're getting your heart broken over your resources that you worked hard for genuinely by powering up. So now when you're powered up to your little mountaintop, then you can call the shots. And you didn't do it to call the shots. You did it because it's for your own development. Power up. That's where the genuine value, because you develop real value.